Hello, welcome to Celestial Waters. My name is Demi. We're going to hop right into it. So, I'm going to get some collective messages for you guys, and this is for those of you who reside in a country or come from a country, you may have moved, that is in the energy of civil war, civil unrest is what is coming through here. I can already feel Archangel Michael like coming through, and as I've said that, my ear is literally just, you know, like when it pops when you go underground, it's done that, and now my ear is ringing. My ear is ringing, so that is spirit coming through very, very strongly. With bringing you guys insights that you need to be taking heed on right now, and this is for your own safety. So please don't be afraid to call in Archangel Michael when you are feeling unsafe and uncertain. Ask him to cover you in his pure blue ray light for protection. But you guys could be feeling your ears ringing. You could also be feeling a lot of pressure that's going on in your head. This is going to be ascension symptoms, because where Mother Earth is rising in consciousness, it means that your brain, your whole being, your whole psyche, it needs to be rewired. It needs to get that upgrade. Like a computer needs to be programmed. Human beings, we need to get that upgrade. My ear is really fucking ringing to the point that it's like hurting. It's as if, like, you know, sometimes if you watch a movie or if you have experienced in real life when a bomb goes off and people kind of get thrown, and when they get thrown they go in and out of consciousness, and like in the movie and in the programs, everything kind of goes silent and then it gets all loud again, then it goes silent. It's like that, what's going on. And this is what a lot of people are afraid of. They're afraid of being in an actual physical war and bombs going off. Maybe there's bomb threats where you're residing that's coming through for someone is very significant. But again, spirit are wanting you to remain calm as you can, remain still and come into your body and really connect to earth at present. And I know when you're in that energy, when everything's uncertain like this, you want to flee, you want to run even out of your own body. It can kind of make you feel like you're very, very flighty, you're very ungrounded. So it is very important for you to be grounding, anchoring yourself to your body and anchoring yourself to earth and to the human experience. Because there's a lot of people right now who don't even want to be here. They're like, earth is ghetto. Just beam me up, Most High God. Just beam me up, take me to heaven. But you're here and you need to have that human experience, and you're here for a reason. There are lines and lines of souls who wanted to be born right now and be part of this awakening that is going on. Even though it looks like a shitstorm, it looks like complete chaos, there are lines and lines of souls that wanted to be here right now, but God chose your soul. Your ancestors chose you. Why? We have here 8 of Swords, and that's come up with the 10 of Swords. Yeah, so this is the energy a lot of people are in here. And a lot of people don't want to see what's going on. They don't want to see through the illusions and certain people's agendas, who are complete psychopaths, who are trying to get people to react and act in a certain way so they can harvest off that energy. Not just harvest off that energy, so they can bring in their solution. Not the divine godly solution, their solution. That's what we don't want to happen, because that's what's going to get people in a bind and have you even more trapped in this energy than you already are. But this is what we're moving towards. Spirit is saying an ending, a completion of a cycle and an ending. And remember, right now we are in the year 2025, which is the year of the 9 of endings and the snake. And I know a lot of people say that that's the wrong calendar. We don't even go by the right calendar. But you need to remember that the global collective go by this calendar. A huge chunk of the collective go by this calendar. So it is true in some respect. That's what you need to be remembering. And people they're in that timeline. They're in that reality. But we are at a completion. There's a huge ending going on. So when we're in this awakening, the old foundations, the old paradigm, it needs to fall and it needs to crumble. That's what we're in the middle of. We're in the middle of everything falling, everything crumbling. And it will cause a few losses, but at a soul level, people did sign up to be leaving at this time to spark the activation and spark the awakening of other people around them. It's all for the bigger picture, and it's all for the divine orchestration. And a lot of things... Let me put this in a way not to trigger people. A lot of things do need to be made like personal for people to wake up and for people to see and to get it. Because if you haven't personally experienced something, you haven't gone through it, it's hard for you to put yourself in other people's shoes, right? It's hard for you to have that empathy. And this is what the Most High God is trying to awaken in humanity, that empathy, so we can come together again in unity. Because when you're coming together, we're all a piece of the puzzle, right? So when you're coming together, you can see that bigger picture. You can see what is actually going on. If everybody's in this independence, which isn't necessarily real, it's just an illusion. If everybody's in this independence, you're clinging onto your piece of the puzzle, you're not letting other people see it, right? Then we can't see what the hell is going on. And if you can't see what is going on in the present moment, you can't see the future clearly. What else, Spirit? Some of you guys could be visited right now by like crows and ravens, big black birds. Maybe some of you even have a pet. Or you could have one, if it's not a pet, maybe it just visits you. And recently you've been noticing its behaviours changed. Maybe it's been coming to your window. It's been like knocking. It's just been there staring at you. But it's bringing you like a sense of safety. Like it's a passed over loved one that is in that bird. And they're letting you know they are with you right now. And you are safe and you are protected. I'm hearing you are a child of God. They want you to have that reminder. You are a child of God. We all are. Queen of Pentacles, but not all are acting like that. Queen of Pentacles. There's that security. There's that safety. So again, they're really wanting you to ground in your body and to Mother Earth, because Mother Earth is going to be your nurturer. She's going to hold you right now. She is holding all of humanity. There's like, I'm being shown like a huge green leafy hug where Mother Earth is putting her arms around the whole of humanity right now, because she is going through what is going on. She is feeling what is going on. Like this is her land. Every time a bomb goes off, every time somebody's shot, stabbed, whatever, she feels all of this. And everyone in the collective is feeling this, because human beings, we're all intertwined, we're all interlinked. Something can't happen to a huge group of people over here in this world without it affecting people over here. We are all connected. And that's what is being remembered right now. Like this, walking your own path, or feeling you have to be independent. I'm hearing bad bitch. Feeling like you have to be a bad bitch. Like this gender war. We can see there's a gender war going on. There's a race war going on. There's like a splitting going on. They want me to share with you a vision that I had in 2019. So it was before 2020, the lockdown, right? So I had a vision, and it's kept happening when I was in restaurants. So I'd be in restaurants, and then all of a sudden everything would kind of go dark, and then everyone in the restaurant would just disappear. And I'd look out into the street and nobody was in the street, and then this huge crack would appear. And it would go through, and this was happening in London. I kept seeing London. It was going through the whole of London, but then it was spread all over the world, and it was this division and this chaos that was being caused. So that's why there was a reminder, you need to be coming together. Two is better than one. See eye to eye. Respect each other's differences. We don't all have to be the same. That would be detrimental to human beings if we was all the same, right? And boring. We have here King of Pentacles, the Wheel, and that's flowing out with the Seven of Wands. So this is the state like Spirit are trying to bring us into within ourselves. One of stillness and one of harmony within ourselves. And they keep using that word. They keep putting it in my mind. Still, still, still. Be still. Because when you're in this like hustle and bustle, when you're in the rat race, when you're moving, you don't have time to sit and think. This is where you kind of drown. I wanted to say sink there. So this is where you kind of drown. You drown in all of your problems. You drown in all this stuff that you've got to get done. You drown in all of your tasks, right? So they're wanting people where you can in your day to make some time for yourself, where you sit. Not even think, you do nothing. You just sit and you come back to self. You come back to the Christ consciousness that exists within your heart, that exists within your soul, it exists within your mind as well. Because a lot more people, you need to be using your brain cells. Let's be honest, there's a lot of people out here, they're not using their brain cells. They're showing how ignorant they are. And these kinds of people, it's like those who have an agenda of causing that division and that split, they want these kinds of people moving. They want them stuck in a rat race. Or they want them to think like they're moving. So they want to keep them in their head, keep them in this fear state, keep them in this paranoia. Because then they don't come back to this. Then they don't see this spark within themselves. And they don't see that spark within other people. They don't see the God within other people. They see the devil. They see the enemy. They see other people as a monster. They dehumanize other people when you don't truly come home to you and know who you are. The Wheel and the King of Pentacles. There's a lot of like earthly energy that's coming through right now. So again, confirmation, Earth is holding you. This divine spark is coming back to humanity. The wheel is changing. So for some of you, you're going to be feeling a pull to take a risk, a gamble, to be moving right now. Move, go. If you have the money, if you can do it, and it keeps coming up, it's not just coming up as a thought in your mind. It's like a literal pulling, like you'll feel like you're being pulled there. Maybe you're dreaming of this country, you're dreaming of this land. You're having waking visions, you're daydreaming. Go. If you have the money to go, then go. For others of you, you're going to be asked to stay and stand on the land that you are and fight. To be on the front lines, to be that warrior and to fight. And that can even look like this. Doesn't mean you're going to be out there like, I'm hearing like karate, like hi. It doesn't mean you're going to be out there like physically fighting. For some of you, maybe. But sometimes it looks like this. Just coming home to you and healing and holding the space for yourself. Because when you're holding the space for yourself, it's like you're holding space for the circumference and being shown miles outside of you. When you're healing you, when you come home to you, because you truly tap into your power and your sovereignty. And you realize it's not just you that you can heal. You can affect other people around you. Particularly the more you shine, the more you are shining your light. What else, Spirit? The wheel is turning, the tables are turning. It always turns, the wheel always turns. It doesn't stop. We have here the hermit. There's that confirmation again. Because Spirit wanting you to connect to your nature. Because there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be tricked in coming out of their nature. And having like prejudices, like for example, like racism, when that's not them. Well, that's not any human. That's programming. That's taught. But that's not them. They're going to act out and lash out. And this is where people can become, for example, a cold-blooded killer. Because they're in this complete place of fear. And they're just reacting. They're reacting. And then you could have blood on your hands of an innocent. That's not going to end well for these people. So meditating when you can in your day. Please make space for yourself. Even if it's like before bed, if you're spending like 20 minutes before bed within meditation and just thinking about nothing, put on some like frequency music and just sit and be still and come back to you. But don't be afraid, those of you who remember who you are. You know what's going on. You see through the illusions. You have psychic gifts. You're healers. You're oracles. Some of you are gatekeepers. Like you hold specific knowledge and wisdom. You have self-mastery of a specific truth in this world that you've come to share, like your story. Because this is going to trigger and awaken other people around you. So in order to do that, you have to shine, right? And not be afraid to do so. Or even if you are afraid, to still do it. What else, Spirit, does the collective need to hear right now? Because it's like when the whole world is kind of burning and on fire, they're like, Spirit want you to just come back into yourself. It's not that you're ignoring and you're spiritually bypassing what is going on, but it's like that's how you're going to help for somebody. This is how you're going to help. Maybe you've been doing this, like you could be having dreams of this. There's just like there's a whole storm going on around you. It could be a tornado, but I'm seeing fire as well. And you're there like, right, and I'm being shown a picture. It's like a meme that went viral, and it's of a house that is actually on fire, and there's a little girl in the picture, and she's like, I'm being shown that's what is coming through. Look, you can't make this stuff up. Solitude. This is what's going to save a lot of people. Not reacting right now. Not being out here on the streets and being angry. And obviously when it comes to it, if you need to defend those you love and defend yourself, then obviously that's what you need to be doing. But a lot of people are being pushed into situations where, one, they don't need to be, where their ancestors in spiritual court and the Most High aren't calling them to be. They're being pushed by somebody else's agenda. And this anger and this fuel is being like, it's going around them, but it's coming from outside of them. This anger and this fuel isn't in the person. It's not coming from them. It's out here and it's just swirling around. So that's given an entity. That's given like a lot of, there's a lot of demonic spirits that are out here right now. Because of the awakening that we're in, because they know that they're losing, so they're trying to grip onto anyone they can. And the people that don't critically think, the people that don't use their head, the people that haven't claimed themselves, that haven't spent enough time in solitude and in claiming their light, their divine spark of the Most High that exists within them, these people are easily used. That's where this anger can go around these people and kind of attach itself. Some of you could be dreaming of trees. You could be dreaming of your ancestors. Your passed over loved ones could be coming in your dreams and giving you like a peace of mind. Because I'm being shown like Simba from the Lion King when his father is talking to him and he's in the sky. So you guys could be having experiences like this in the dream state. Because your passed over loved ones, they want you to know that they're with you. You are safe. You are heard. You are being seen. But they want you to come into this place of solitude. It may sound like a bit confusing, or that's not what you should be doing when you're like literally in the energy of war, when your country's in this unrest, but that's what Spirit is asking us to do. Because that's how you see clearly, that's how you think clearly. There's a lot of illusion and confusion going on. And you do not want to be pulled into that fog and into that mess and into that web when that isn't your web of destiny. That web is being woven by somebody else. Who? Like, what's their intentions? You weave your own web of destiny over here. You could be seeing spiders everywhere, or like videos of spiders, pictures of spiders everywhere. We have volcano, volatility. And spiders are also connected to the divine feminine. They are also connected to the dark side of the moon. So maybe you're seeing the moon, you're dreaming of the moon. You feel like the moon is talking to you and calling you right now. So I'm seeing someone stare at the moon, and the moon is like kind of getting bigger and smaller, bigger. And so like it's calling to you, and it's giving you downloads and codings that you need to hear right now. And there's a lot of vitality. There's a lot of anger towards women. There has been for a while. There is a war on women and a war on the womb. I'm sure you have noticed. And there's men out here, particularly in the UK, who are claiming that they're there to protect women and children. But that's not it. They're just full with all of this anger, and they want to take it out on a specific race of people. Because a lot of them, it's just they're harbouring that racism within them. And again, that's taught. That's not somebody's nature. And this is what is happening, though. There's a volcano going off. And this is happening because Mother Earth is moving on up in frequency. There's going to be a lot of unions coming together, because I'm hearing someone be like, oh, please can I just meet please can I meet like one true love? Can I just be in love before we go to war and before I die? Like, I feel like someone's having these thoughts. So we're saying, firstly, it's not your time. That's not going to happen. But there are going to be a lot of unions coming together. You see this here. But this is what God wants, that unity. So it's like after this chaos, these foundations that are falling, people are going to start seeing. And they're going to come together and realize, what the fuck are we doing? Why are we fighting each other? We should have been pointing the finger over there at the higher ups, at the real psychopaths of this world. Some of you have probably been having a lot of dreams of like war themes. We have forest and wind. Yeah, so they're wanting you to breathe, because that's going to activate you. The more you've got time for you, the more this is going to activate you. I do feel like a lot of your guys' third eye, your clairvoyance is really coming on board. Your ancestors are speaking to you through the wind. So when you're out and about, when you're going on walks, maybe you live near woodlands and you go on a lot of walks, you go on a lot of hikes for some of you. But I feel like it's when you're out and about and you're on a walk, this is when you're getting a lot of messages. This is when you're getting a lot of coding and downloads from spirit. And this is when your intuition can really come through and talk to you, which is why they're wanting you to be still and be alone. I know that's harder with people with kids. So maybe like you and your children, you can like, if you're learning to meditate, maybe you can do this with your children. Like teach them to meditate, teach them to breathe when they're angry and they've got these like hyper emotions going on. They don't know what to do. You can do the same thing. You can do it at the same time. Because that's not only going to help you and your kid, it's going to connect you. What else, Spirit? Maybe you already do this. Could be someone that already does that. We have Pallas Athena, think. You can't make this stuff up. The more people are using their brain cells and you're coming to your own conclusion. So don't just watch a video on like YouTube, TikTok, whatever, and be like, yeah. Like take that person as the source. You want to be doing your own research, going down your own rabbit holes. I'm sure those of you that are drawn to this, you'll be doing that anyway. But the more you are activating your higher mind, the more you are using your brain cells, the more this rainbow, they're pointing to the rainbow, the more this rainbow can come into your life. Because you're moving yourself up in vibration then. You're moving yourself up to your higher timeline, your destined timeline. And then blessings can actually start coming into you because you've aligned yourself to them. It's like that energy of luck. But also you guys could be seeing rainbows and dreaming of rainbows everywhere. This is another confirmation of spirit wanting you to know they are with you. You are held. Because a rainbow is a favourite omen of the spirit world in general. And masks are going to be falling. Like a lot of people are really revealing who they are. We're seeing this right now. We're seeing this in the UK. And we have Juno, partnership. Yeah, there's a lot of beautiful unions coming together. This is both platonic and romantic. Like more people meeting their soul family, those people that really feel like home. And a lot of time, this is where you do meet those people when you're in warfare, whether it's spiritual warfare, it's actual physical warfare, because it brings people together. Particularly if there's after destruction, like physical destruction of like homes and buildings, because the whole community has to come together and act like a community. Clear up all this rubble and then build anew and be there for each other. Maybe one person has water over here, one person has heating over here, one person has food over here, and then you swap. But again, there's something about birds, but specifically black birds. Did you want any more from this deck? No. I want to get some messages from this deck here. So what else does the collective need to hear right now, Spirit? For those of you that can't move, you're worrying, you just want to get up and move, you can't move because you don't have the savings. I know it's annoying to hear, but we're always right where we're meant to be at the time that we're there. Swan, graceful transformation. Soften your heart and find your flow. Swans are connected to regalness. In the UK, they're protected by Queen Elizabeth. But they are connected to regalness. They're also connected to the twin flame, to divine counterpart. So again, there's this message of unconditional love and unity that is really coming together. I feel like that's what's being birthed from this civil unrest and from this warfare, is this unity. And it's very, very powerful. This love for thy neighbour, I'm hearing. A deep, profound love for yourself, but a love for thy neighbour. That's what we're being taught right now. Particularly those that don't look like you. We have Phoenix and power. Fire activations bring creative and spiritual freedom. So that fire is coming through again. We had that with the volcano. There is a lot of aggressive and violent energies that are going on all over the world right now. And it seems to be a similar theme of people kind of taking out all of their frustrations with their country and with their government on like immigrants. Like they've become like the scapegoat. I mean, it's always been that way. They do say history repeats itself, but right now we're at a brink. We're in the ending. We're in the end of a dark cycle. So you could also be seeing the 9 everywhere, but we're in September. The time that I'm recording this, we're in September. That month is a 9. We're in the year of the 9. So you could be seeing 999 everywhere, repeating 9s. Maybe some of you guys are dreaming of a phoenix. And you could be dreaming like you are the phoenix. Like you're on fire and then you're turning into ashes and you're being reborn again. There's something about you guys seeing, literally seeing and dreaming of your transformation. And maybe you've been looking back on who you used to be and you're realizing how far you've come. And you could be looking back when you were at the point where you were like, I was like, I'm getting someone who didn't have brain cells. So you're like, or maybe you just thought you were a bit thick back then. You're seeing where you were ignorant and where you're not ignorant now, right? And then you're looking out and you're seeing other people who were in that place you were once in. So you are having the empathy and compassion for them, but you're also getting irritated. It's like, why aren't these people at where I'm at? Because we're all on different timelines and the Most High wakes people up at different points when they are ready. It has to be when they are ready. If people are woken up before they're ready, they can literally go insane. They can literally go insane because it's a shock to the system, because the physical body, the mental body, the nervous system isn't ready yet because that wasn't part of the soul's contract. So it's like something literally being dumped on them that they are not ready for. So don't be that person that's going around trying to wake people up. Don't be that person that's going around telling people, go down this rabbit hole, go down that rabbit hole. They'll do it of their own accord when they are ready. They'll be prompted to. Remember, they have ancestors. They have a spiritual core. They do have a connection to their higher self and to God, but it may not be activated yet to the extent that yours is. Penguin, diamond, light activation. Light activations and new energies are coming your way. Be open to receive and welcome them in. I feel like something doesn't even want me to get this message out. So there's like a block on the throat chakra. So maybe you guys have been doing work on your throat chakra and speaking your truth and sharing your beliefs of this world. I'm getting with family members. So maybe you're that black sheep. You could be younger as well, because and I feel like I'm tuning to a teenage energy. Or maybe you woke up when you were a teenager and you started seeing the world differently from those you were being raised by. And you were like, what the fuck? And you tried to tell them too. And you're like really passionate about it. And they were looking at you like, you're insane. You need to go to a psych ward. Like that could have been said to you. But really, you were being activated to this energy. And you were seeing through the bullshit. You were seeing through the illusions. And you were choosing now to claim yourself and stand in your power. And when you do that on a spiritual level, you become the star. You carry that it factor. And a lot of people can get jealous of that. Kind of like, why them? I'm hearing a why them. So maybe you've dealt with a lot of envy and jealousy, and this unfortunately could have come from family or even those like friends that you considered family. And maybe you're seeing that right now with people revealing who they are and the actual beliefs they have. Because I'm hearing vile. So maybe someone's expressed their beliefs right now and you just look at them as vile. Like the stuff that's coming out of their mouth is making you feel sick. So it's important to kind of distance yourself from these people. You can still hold love for them, but to distance yourself from these people, because I am getting a confusion. It's like how can this person be so like different to me and even vile and be so hateful of other people, but I still have love for them? So this could be like a parent. Let's get some poems for you guys. It's like, yeah, they're a prick, but that's my mom, that's my dad. You know what I mean? That's the energy that's coming through there. But remember, you're your own person. You got your own path to walk. You've got your own purpose and your divine mission. And some people, it's not part of their purpose to wake up in the lifetime that they're in right now. Maybe they'll do it in the next. Okay, so this poem here says, the temples of Egypt contain all 4 seasons. Light streams through the brick wall. It creates angelic shapes that stand ever so tall. The Mayans predicted the great fall, with secrets in plain sight in villages of Peru. Can you hear the whispers too, of the ancestors who already knew? They mapped the stars whilst walking the earth. Roots and an inner compass led them to hearth. Stone circles and sacred sites brought tribes together to worship alike. Together they prepared foreseen plight, chanting and dancing one into the night. Future bloodlines shall spread their wings by the magic practiced at Stonehenge. Remember, all eras have their end. We are literally in the end of a cycle. That's what's going on here. And there's also like different parts of the world that are mentioned. So you have Egypt, and then you have Peru, and it's bringing up Stonehenge, which is the UK. And like throughout history, they realized, before different countries actually realized there were other countries or interacted with each other, they would be going through similar things. Or they would have similar beliefs, but in different ways. So, you know, you have like the different religions, or you have different spiritual paths. Because human beings, at the nature and at the core, we are very similar. But when it comes to the human experience, this is where we're different. We're supposed to be different. We're supposed to be different shades of skin. We're supposed to have different languages. We're supposed to dress differently and have different cultures and have different traditions. That's the beauty of being a human being. Don't let them take that away from you, Spirit is saying. Don't let them take that away from you. We're supposed to be unique. We're supposed to be special and different. But respect each other's differences and experience like different cultures. Like that's the whole point, isn't it? When you're traveling abroad, you go somewhere different and somewhere new, and they speak different language and they all dress differently. They eat different food. That's the whole point, to have that experience. There'll be no point of traveling and seeing the world if everybody is the same. And that's the agenda of the New World Order. To have like clones, like carbon copies. Without anyone questioning anything or thinking differently, because then people are easier to control when they're all the same. We have here, never come to a woman without an offering. When she's open to receive, you better aim to please. Sitting pretty in her femininity, you know you want to take a bite. Don't make a mistake and take flight. I know the goddess's light is ever so bright. Get on her wrong side, she may give you a fright. But never acts out of spite. She'll serve karmic retribution whilst being polite. Hell have no fury like a woman scorned. Treat her with respect or spend your life addicted to porn. The sweet street smart men get all her goodies. Morning, she says, wearing his hoodie. He speaks to her nice, so he gets her loving twice. Eve made no mistake, the snake didn't lead her astray. This is the nature of a woman, to tempt and be tempted. What a boring realm this would be without lust and envy. The siren lives in every womb. Deep in the waters you can hear her call. Men, take heed, don't act a fool, or she'll sing you a pretty song, and the rest of your life will be on snooze. When I'm reading this, I was seeing the white buffalo calf woman. And there's indigenous people or native people who are connecting to that lineage who are speaking right now of the white buffalo calf woman making her return. She's already been making her return, because we've been seeing white buffalo calves that are being born. I think one was in the 60s, I may be wrong. And then there was one in the 90s, and then since then there's been white buffalo calves that have been being born. And that is connected to the divine feminine prophecy. And again, I mentioned in this reading earlier, there's been an attack on women. There's been a heavy psychic spiritual warfare, psychic attacks on women and on the womb, on the power of the womb. There's weirdos in this world that have been trying to replicate the womb. They're basically trying to play God. But there's a reason that the Most High put the womb. He put the portal between the physical and the spirit in a woman. There is a reason. And there's a lot of men in this world who don't understand this, or they don't understand women. They sometimes feel like smaller. I'm seeing men kind of like hunched over, like they're afraid of women. They feel like smaller. And this is where they try to pretend that they're all this like big masculine man and put other women down. That's their own wounding and issue they need to be dealing with, and their insecurity. And this is what they're having to deal with right now. As like a mirror is being put up in front of a lot of men who hold that kind of wounding, who hate other women. Because there's a Tupac song coming through. Keep your head up. You know where he says we'll have a whole race of babies that will hate the ladies that made the babies? That's what's happening. We have here, but that's by design and that's not by a divine design. That's someone else's agenda. Christ's daughter, baptized in celestial waters. Hell have no fear. Let me start that again. Christ's daughter, baptized in celestial waters. He'll never throw me to the slaughter. No baggage carried here, I ain't no porter. I keep a light heart, my soul's essence new right from the start. His angels send me feathers, I clip them to my wings so I'll know freedom forever. That bird's eye view, but I'll never shit on you. For Christ to extend his hand, please don't bury your head in the sand. How can you be helped if you cannot see? Through these words of mine, God guides me. They'll make sense when your heart isn't so dense. Release and let go. Your inner Messiah will show you the way, and on that day you will truly be saved. Release and let go. Your inner Messiah will show you the way, and on that day you will truly be saved. People are being asked to be still, to come back to themselves, come back to their body, come back to their hearts, come back to their mind and claim their mind, because the spiritual warfare, there's huge attacks on the mind. Particularly to get people to shut down their brain and not use their brain cells. And it's these very people, when you say like, use your head, you're stupid, they're the ones who get agitated by that, but because they can't see it. They can't see that they're not using their brain. Like, if you think back to a point where you were making stupid choices and decisions, did you think at the time you was making those stupid choices and decisions? Maybe some of you did and you didn't care. Some of you guys are going to have an actual vision, a real life awakening experience of an angel right in front of you. It may overwhelm you. Maybe you've already had that happen. It's like the angel was wearing like this armor and it's huge, but I feel like you're going to be having that experience, not in a dream, in the waking world, for a vision, for your sight. So there's a lot of clairvoyance that's really activating. The third eye is decalcifying. So a lot of you guys could be doing work and researching how to decalcify your third eye, and it's working. But you were always supposed to be seeing at the level you were seeing at this time, right? Because they're pointing here, my soul's essence knew right from the start. So a lot of you have known you were black sheeps, you were generational curse breakers right from the start. Because you were born basically to give your bloodline that redemption, to grow up. You were that catalyst for your bloodline to grow up. So don't take it to heart when other people around you aren't seeing the way that you're seeing. Thank you. We have flowers, they whisper to me with stories of beauty and serenity. They hold ancient codes that beam down from the sun. If you gaze at them long enough, you will hear a sweet song. A treat for the garden and home. They shine so bright, a heaven's delight. Lovely, lovely flowers. Hold on. So, a lot of you guys are going to be having dreams and visions of things before they happen. Like small things, you know, like someone keeps popping up in your mind, or you dream of them. You could wake up to a text from them, a message from them, or you could wake up and they call you at some point that day. That sort of thing. Little things are going to be happening like that, to get you to trust and believe in your intuition and to strengthen it. So you know you have to strengthen your intuition. You have to be using it like you would be using your muscles to strengthen your muscles. That's coming through. There's also a message coming through. So when I was meditating on this energy, I feel like it was going to be a bit like Spartan energy, that everyone's going to be asked to like kind of armor up and get ready, like that war kind of energy, physical war, like let's fucking go. But it's more like meditate, still, like come back home to self is coming through here. And they're saying like these next waves of children that are going to be coming through, they're going to be in that Spartan energy. They're in that energy of right, let's fight. They're the warriors. It's like God is going to be sending through his army, his front line from the other side in these waves of children that will be coming through. That does tend to happen though, doesn't it? After like warfare. Like, is it World War II? And then it was the baby boomers. There tends to be like a whole generation of children that will come through, like a birth increase, a population increase after some form of war. And remember, we've been at spiritual war for a while. We've already been in World War III and we're at the peak. So it's like these waves of children are gearing up to come through. So those of you who are at childbearing age, these children will be coming through you. Others of you, if you're a bit older, this is going to be your grandkids. We have here, when two become one, the moon and the sun collide in the same sky, two souls who'll never say goodbye. Their paths will always cross just to create magic. The The evil forces are starting to panic. Divine love has rocked their plans to control and destroy all of the lands. Nothing can pierce through godly armor. Earth is fed up with all the drama. Clear the debris and remain in karma. Union is afoot. Read the sacred book. Don't close the book of shadows. You'll need it entering the gallows. Two is stronger than one. Your mission has only just begun. Pick up your sword. He is the shield. Walk hand in hand to the spiritual battlefield. The highest form of love will end this war. Those with hate in their hearts will forever remain poor. So that is like a summing up of the energy that's been coming through in this reading. Spirit kept saying unity, unity. There's going to be a lot more people meeting their soul tribe at this time. And that includes romantic partners, your divine counterpart, but also platonic. I heard twin flame. So for some of you that carry a twin flame blueprint, it's a blueprint and an energy and a pathway of ascension. You're going to be coming together in the physical union with your twin. Because you're supposed to be on the front lines right now. And people need this energy right now. They need magic. They need true love. That unconditional love. That togetherness that you know has an otherworldly energy to it. People need that right now. Because it gives people hope and it lights people up. And has more people then get activated and sparked to step into their sovereignty, right? That's what we need right now. But here is that confirmation for those of you that feel like you're about to be coming into unions with your person and be meeting more of your soul group. With those friends who are going to be in your life for the long haul. Who are going to feel like home. They're going to become that family. But Spirit are saying pick up your spiritual tools and fight. So remember to keep up with your spiritual discipline. Meditation is a big one that's been coming through. But even like going for walks, going hiking, being connected to Mother Earth and nature right now. And really grounding in yourself. And doing those practices to calm down your nervous system and your emotional state. And if you have children, teaching your children how to breathe, how to calm down and to breathe and to control their breath when they're feeling very, very angered or frustrated, upset, and they don't know how to express with their words. To be teaching them how to breathe, Spirit are saying. I want to get a card from this deck here. And can we get a quote? This card has quotes on it. Can we get a quote for the collective for this reading? To close out the reading. Thanking you. We have here Knight of Cups. There's nothing half so sweet in life as love's young dream. There's nothing half so sweet in life as love's young dream. And you know, like I'm taken back. I don't know what it was. It was like a documentary I was watching a few months ago. But they're taking me to that. And it was about World War II. And how a lot of the youngsters who were part of the war. And a lot of women who were actually like, they flew. They worked with the planes that was coming through. But a lot of them like fell in love. A lot of them came together and they started relationships. But that is what is coming through. War does tend to bring people together. And this is where a lot of people are going to meet the loves of their lives. This is where a lot of people are going to meet family. They're going to know unconditional love. How another human being would put their life on the line to protect you. And this could be a complete stranger. So it's going to wake people's heart chakras up. But that's all the messages coming through. I hope that did resonate with somebody out there. If you wanted a personal reading from me, my website is in the description below. But I'll see you in another video.